But yeah, so macaroni and cheese, like I said earlier about the cheesy potatoes, I just like to do casserole dishes that I can just put in the oven quick and easy and get the job done.
And you know what? Casseroles rock during the holidays because you can make them ahead of time. And it's all about the kids, you know, a lot of the holidays are. So if you go too gourmet on those dishes, you might be able to do one fancy side dish, but really, then the kids aren't going to eat it. So when I'm trying to keep them in mind too. And
something that everyone likes. And,
exactly.
And you have family coming in, friends coming over to eat, and these are just very general dishes that anyone can appreciate, I feel like, don't you?
I totally agree. Homemade mac and cheese, there is nothing better. Again, the perfect side dish with that holiday ham, or if you're doing a prime rib roast, everyone will love it. And this is a quick, easy recipe. Now, you got it from Pinterest. You're hooked on that, huh?
I love Pinterest. I find it to be a great place to go and find recipes. They show you the picture first. You just go search the boards for whatever you want. See the picture, so you're already glued in, locked into that delicious looking picture. Get the recipe and cook. So it's very easy. And you have a Pinterest page, don't you?
I do. The Cooking Mom. I pin all the time too, because it is really the way a lot of people are getting their recipes. And I agree. It's fun to pin.
It's a very fun way, and you're sharing with people.
Yeah.
And
exactly. Cool. All right, so spray the casserole dish, and now we've got some cooked macaroni that we've cooked and cooled. About 2 cups is what we're looking for. Now, this is the trick, though. You know how some macaroni and cheeses you have to do a roux and you have to cook it on the stove with flour and water. This is you don't have to do that with this recipe.
Easier.
Yeah,
a lot easier.
Exactly.
You just get your 2 cups of milk.
Okay.
And your flour,
which is going to thicken this and make it all nice and creamy.
Yep. And you get a whisk. Do we have our whisk?
Yep.
And I whisk it for about a minute.
Okay.
And again, the kids can help with this. You know, you can't mess it up. But yeah, you just whisk it until it gets a little bit thicker and creamier. And it's easier. You don't have to do it on the stove like you were saying. And then you can even do it in a jar. If you had a jar, you can put the milk and the flour and just shake it up and get it thick that way.
That's fun. I like that idea. Yeah. And boy, let me tell you, I'll never forget the first time I made homemade mac and cheese. I never went back to that box stuff.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's like
you can
so
totally
yummy.
tell. Macaroni and cheese is one of the things you can't really cheat during the holidays.
Right.
The authentic from scratch tastes a lot better than the box.
I'm with you. So you see it's starting to get foamy, and that flour, what we're doing is combining it with the milk so that you don't kind of taste flour.
Yep.
All right, let's start dumping. Garlic salt is this, or onion salt?
Garlic powder.
Garlic powder, okay.
Garlic salt.
Yum. In goes our pasta.
Yep, and you know what, with the pasta I use the large elbow macaroni, and I boil it in water and chicken broth to give it a little bit of flavor.
Good tip,
yeah.
Really good tip. Also, don't overcook your pasta. Remember, it's going to bake again in the oven and you don't want it all mushy. So I tend to undercook it just a little bit, you know what I mean? Nobody likes mushy pasta.
Yep.
All right, cheese.
And the cheese, and I, just with the cheesy mashed potatoes, I do way more cheese than what the recipe calls for. I just don't feel like you can have enough cheese and macaroni and cheese.
I love this girl. Butter and cheese and... Now, is this another one that you can kind of make ahead, get it prepped, you know, in the fridge before you bake it, even up to like the day ahead?
Yep. Can't you do all casserole dishes like that, Amy?
That's the way I roll, because the method to my madness is I kind of do a checklist, especially during the holidays. If I'm having people over, it's like, okay, I can get the mac and cheese made 2 days ahead. I can get the dip made this day ahead. And then there are certain things you really can't do until the day of. But yeah, you know, when you're having people over the holidays, don't you hate it when you get stuck in the kitchen the whole time?
Yes,
and it's like, oh, this is no fun. So, you know, start doing stuff ahead of time. And
I also have to make a schedule for my oven. We only have one oven, so getting all these dishes and getting the ham in there, I've got to have a little schedule for my oven so everyone gets to share. Good
idea.
Yep.
Come over. I've got another. Come over to my house. You can. We're neighbors, so you can use my second oven.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, not a problem.
What a kind Christmas gift.
Only if I get some of the mac and cheese.
All right, we can work that out.
Okay, so in goes.
Yep.
The whole deal. And again, we've got some crunchies that we want to put on top.
The breadcrumbs. I just buy the store brand. I don't, you know, you could do the breadcrumbs and grind them up and make your own from scratch if that's what you like, but I'm not that girl. So I just get the breadcrumbs and I sprinkle a little bit. And then I actually mix it in with the pasta and the cheese to give it a little bit of texture and make it a little bit thicker. So I do probably half of what it calls for inside the macaroni and cheese. Okay. And then I'll also put the rest on top.
So these are just seasoned dry Italian breadcrumbs that you get in the canister there. Yep. I always have those in my pantry.
Boom.
We totally fight over the top at our house, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the best part. And then melting some more butter. You know, Courtney, she loves her butter.
I would never ever make anything with a recipe without butter. It just wouldn't be right.
I remember when you ran out. It
was a disaster.
Tragic.
It was a dilemma.
Well, you can always pick some up at Quick Trip. You know, you don't have to go to the
yep.
grocery store. They got it right there for you.
Right down the street. So then again, it makes that crispy crust for your macaroni and cheese.
Same as the cheesy potato casserole. I wouldn't do the breadcrumbs and the butter. If you're going to make this ahead of time, I do that, you know, right before baking, just because you want those to be crispy, not mushy. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, it smells really good and it looks perfect, and oh
good.
can't wait for that ham and ooh. Nice salad to go with this.
Oh,
great
yes.
holiday dessert, and oh man, does that look good.
And you know, macaroni and cheese heats up well too.
The leftovers are fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing, Courtney. The girls are going to come over. We're going to give this a try. What's not to love? We'll be back. You're watching The Better Half.